Welcome back to our Believe It or Not chess series. And in today's game, we have the child prodigy, Sammy Reshevsky, the grandmaster from US playing George Nelson Treysman. Now, Mr. Treysman was an American master and a chess hustler, so he would play coffee house chess for money. But he wasn't exactly Sammy's level. He was nowhere near Sammy's level because Samuel Reshevsky was the best player in America until Bobby Fischer came along. All right. And let's see how Sammy proved how much better he was. All right. This is what I like to call the restrain overpowering game. Okay. We overpowered him with our restraints. We restrained all his pieces to the biggest extent I've ever seen. I've never seen more restraint in my life. All right. So check this out. Knight d6, he says, ooh, this is what a knight is supposed to look like. Huh, Mr. G6? Now, what are you going? Where do you want to go? You want to go to H8? You can't. That's the only square you do have. All the other squares are taken. Okay, if you play knight e5, f4. So this knight has nothing on my horsey on d6. As for your queen, she has to run. When she runs, we restrain him more. More squares taken, and also can I restrain him a little more by f5? Maybe. Can your bishop come here? Restrain. The threat of f5 restrains the bishop. He wants to come over here, but never gets the chance. Black says, maybe my rook can come out and my bishop can go back home and work from there. Sure. How about your knight? He doesn't even have e7 anymore. He has to go all the way to the shack, back to the shack for the knight. And because the knight can't come out, he's stuck over here. The whole army is starting to look grim. The rooks want to come here. Restrain. Restrain. Okay. And Sammy says, wait a second. You want your knight here, right? You want to take him out, play f6 and knight e5? No, not anymore. Because after f6, boom, more restraint and checkmate coming soon. All right, for that reason, Black has to seek some counterplay. He says, "Ooh, maybe I'll get rid of your outpost. Maybe I can get rid of the annoying pawn." Restrained. The pawn gets supported more and more. Okay, and even after you take, Black says, "Oh, maybe I can get that open file if you take with the pawn, and I can get the b file for my rooks." Restrained. Every time Black wants something, we say no. Okay. Black says, maybe I can get this guy over here. No, because you're pinned. Your bishop is pinned to the queen. And now I'm going to pin your pawn as well. And it can't move either. So I'll be winning a pawn now. Thank you. Black says, maybe I can break the pin. Maybe somehow. Restrain. We're not even going to bother with taking the pawn. That gets complicated. We're going to make sure the bishop is stuck forever. He can't go here, can't go there. He's been handcuffed. All right. And as he tries to run away somewhere, he tries to run away here, get rid of the knight. We say, what's your next move going to be? What do you want now? You want to trade off my annoying rook, right? So you can bring out your knight. Yeah. Restrain. And we restrain the bishop even more. He can't go there or I'll take the bishop. Okay, the bishop is running out of squares. Black says, maybe I can trade queens and run into an endgame and survive the endgame. Sure, with no pieces working on the board, you can go to an endgame. I'll just make sure to restrain your other rook too, okay? It's not going anywhere, sir. So the rook dominates the sixth rank. The black pieces still can't move. And this is just the beginning, all right? He says, maybe you can take my pawn and I can take out my knight. No, more restraint. Okay. If you take now, you're just helping me out. Help a friend out. Yeah, I'll mate you. Sure thing. Why not? You don't want to take and open that route. Black says, maybe I can get rid of this pawn and then take this guy somehow with my bishop and go to an endgame with a draw and my knight coming here. Restrain, h-string. Every time Black wants something, we just put more handcuffs on him. Okay. He takes, we take back, king g7. At this point, well, the king is trying something. The king wants to support his friends. You know, maybe the rook can come out. We'll bring our king out too. Both kings can play that game. And bishop d7. They want me to eat a pawn? Fine, bishop. You can have one move. You can stay here. That's all you get for your birthday. Got it? You're not going anywhere else. Okay, we collect the pawns. They want to trade, they want to gobble those pawns. Okay, F6. Now try to figure out, I'll give you 3 seconds, try to figure out why F6. Why did we even go for this? What's the point? What's the idea? All right, see if you can spot it. All right, I'll give you 3 seconds and feel free to pause the video. 3, 2, 1. And if you notice the discovered attack, and if you notice the mayhap coming from these rooks, then you're totally right. Okay, just to give you an idea, after the king takes f6, we got this cute little check, and it's a double check, which really kills black here because you can't ignore the double check. You can't take my knight or my rook because it's a double check. You have to run away. I can throw in a cute little check here and then collect your rook. Thank you very much. Okay, so he can't afford to take my pawn. And if he can't afford to take it, he has to run back or run somewhere. And then, where is the knight going? We're about to checkmate the king. The king has to start panicking already. If he plays g5, maybe you want to bring out your knight, maybe. Ooh, I'm looking at check. I like this check because after check, you have to take, only move, check, and we get the discovery anyways. In the actual game, that's not what happened because in the actual game, he decided to run away from checkmate. He was getting scared of like these mating patterns with rook h1 and knight to e4. Okay, let's say you capture my rook, right? Check and mate. For that reason, George said, no, I'll run away. I can run away here. It's no big deal. I'm all right. Take, restrained, permanent handcuffs. We throw away the key to the knight's handcuffs. He will never come out of here alive. He's been buried with his own pawns. Okay, this is the ugliest knight I have ever seen. You know, sometimes you can throw out a pawn and free the knight, not here. This is the worst ever knight on h8. Okay, so after rook b6, he says, maybe you can give me some pawns for my troubles and for my restrained knight. Restrained. We're not going to give you anything. We're going to trade off your active pieces. And after they're gone, and after your bishop's gone, my pawn will choo-choo to the end, and you can't stop me. Okay? Bishop says, maybe I can. No, you can't. I'll force the trade. Rook b6, knight c4, I win your rook. That's why you have to trade. And this bishop and this king are completely overpowered. They can't run away anywhere at all. The bishop is the only worker for black. He can't fight a whole army, sorry, and we're gonna trade him. Okay, even if he runs away, probably we can play something like this and force the trade. Okay, he can't stay there forever. After we force the trade, they will have to spectate as I slowly promote my pawn and checkmate them. And that's why George resigned. Okay, so I hope you can restrain with handcuffs just like White did in this game and never get your pieces stuck in the shack on h8. Thanks for watching, and until next time.